It's week 2 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the Browns' sure-handed tight end. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Browns and the Bucs, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. They had no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it. He was eager to get right back out and do it again, so I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 16 carries, 88 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking to pass. Tua. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. First down, here's White. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Bucs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want to catch the football first.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Dean. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, this had trouble running all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
Tua going to throw. And a catch right side by Evans.
And Evans will have the Bucs first down as the tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. White running to the left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That solid gain will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
On play action, here's Tua. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs go up by 2 touchdowns. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here's Watson, option left. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Back to throw, Watson. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing again is Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, the end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him up already in this opening half.
72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before.
There he goes left side. He may go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rashad White, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
To throw on second is Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Well, they've really been targeting the tight end. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 1st and 10, Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have herded him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. After the interception, here's Watson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That's Kalijah Kancey in to get him down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Here's Watson now on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And one more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Go ahead.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Credit that sack to Siaki Ika. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bucs offense set to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Second and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start with the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yards.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 44-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. 44 yards. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and it makes the score 21-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. 186 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Able to slither by, and they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
This is White on the screen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers are able to stretch out their lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now hang on here, because following that play, it looks like Amari Cooper is in some distress. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Runs over. 95 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a first down as well. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Buccaneers 43-yard line.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they... So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you have to imagine this defense is just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
On 2nd down, Tua. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. What a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A solid stiff arm. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cade Otton from 3 yards out. And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Watson now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And quickly they get to the line. Watson on 3rd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
First down, Cleveland.
Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Boy, so what else could go wrong for him here? It's an illegal touching penalty on the outside.
Yeah, Brandon, that really wasn't a very disciplined play, was it? Because you got to know where you are on the field. You can't get that close to the sideline, because if you step out of bounds, you can't be the first to re-enter and touch it. That's an easy call for the officials.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Watson looks to throw again. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Forced out to his, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Browns 24.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bucs are on their way to a 2-0 start. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good. But at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Tampa Bay, they used a favorable early schedule.